Andre, I'm a black nerd. It's spoiler time for Apocalypse. So yes, this is a spoiler talk review for X-Men Apocalypse. So warning, spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. If you do not want to be spoiled, this video ain't for you. I got a non-spoiler review. You can watch that. But now here we go. Spoilers. And all of these spoilers are going to be based on your comments. I asked you on Twitter and Facebook to tell me what things specifically you want me to talk about with X-Men Apocalypse in this video. So thank you for inspiring me to do this. Or else I would have just talked about Turtles, which will be my next spoiler review, because I got some stuff to say about that. A number of people asked me about this. Of course, I got to talk about the Quicksilver scene. I didn't get too much detail in it in my non-spoiler review because I didn't want to say too much about it. But there's a part where the school blows up again. Quicksilver just happens to be running by and he saves the day, and it's set to the tune of Sweet Dreams Are Made of These. It's basically an extended version or a new version of the awesome scene that he had in Days of Future Past. And yeah, dude, this one was amazing. Like the song choice and him running around, just everything he did. There was a little bit of cool effects and there's a couple of jokes in there, and you just could feel like excitement was brought back into this movie. Because I feel like right before it kind of dipped a little bit in just the feelings of this, and that made you be like, all right. And then I feel like the movie kind of moved strongly forward after that a little bit. But yeah, that scene alone is worth the price of admission. Just something about when they do stuff with Quicksilver that's just so awesome. They do, oh, it's just so good. It's just really, really good. I love that part. The only thing that I had an issue about, and I kind of hinted at it in my non-spoiler review, something that happens before it, which is the school blowing up. Charles is kidnapped. It's blown up because Havoc was trying to shoot at Apocalypse and they got away, so he ended up hitting the schools. It's kind of this really kind of sad, dramatic part of the movie. At least in the first one, it was like, hey, I gotta sneak into this room, so that made sense. But this one was like, wow, something very sad is happening. All these students are in danger, and here comes Quicksilver. Sweet dreams are made of these. A little wink and a nod here. Oh, I'm gonna split these two here, about to kiss. I'm Quicksilver. Jokey joke. People going in slow motion in the air, they're like, he's throwing people, and I don't know how strong Quicksilver is, but he seriously is like capturing like 4 or 5 kids. There's a dog, you know, and then people just running out. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? And you're just like, wow, this scene is amazing. I love it. Hey, Cyclops is back. Come here, Cyclops. Did you see this Quicksilver scene? Oh, by the way, your brother's dead. Wow, I just put a damper on everything, didn't it? And it's like, oh, hey, now here's Stryker to kidnap everybody. Well, damn. You could at least give me like 5 minutes to enjoy that scene for what it was before you had to go, hey, let's take you back to Sad Town. Great scene. Love that scene. Just sad that sad things happen before it and sad things happen after it. And I mean like immediately before and after it. But at least in that middle, happy time, sweet dreams. I just want to do that from now on. Every time I hear that song, boom, boom, bum, 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 I'm just going to go, sweet dreams are made of these. I'm be all cool with it too. Who am I to disagree? I traveled the world and the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. I'm losing my damn mind! At Dean Dobbs, I'd like to hear your thoughts on how that movie's only real consequence is Xavier losing his hair. Yeah, we find out the reason why Charles Xavier no longer has hair. So Apocalypse is the very first mutant, but the way that he's been able to keep himself alive for so long is he transfers himself to another body and then takes over their body and then allows them to keep living longer. And then when that body starts to feel old, starts to get a little crumbly, he switches himself to a new body, and then if the new body he switches himself to is a mutant as well, then whatever powers that mutant has, he absorbs it. So he's been collecting all these different powers over time. So of course he wants to put his body inside of Charles Xavier. I don't mean that to be dirty, or maybe I do. I don't know. Some Oscar Isaac, James McAvoy action might be kind of nice. Maybe the Cat Bucky people will like that. I don't know. Because of Charles' mutant ability to read out people's minds, manipulate things, and of course use Cerebro, Apocalypse is all about that. He wants that. So he was going to try to transfer himself into Charles, and while doing so, the process of doing so, all of Charles's hair falls out. They of course stop him in time, but not enough time for Dude to lose his hair. So yay, you get to live another day, Charles. but now you may have to join the hair club for men. I gotta give him credit for this. That fight scene where it's Xavier and Apocalypse, but they're in each other's brains, I thought that was an interesting concept, something different than what you normally see in those final action sequences. At STDX Pink, what's up, girl? But Angel, I didn't really like him. Well, you know, it's Angel. What are you gonna do? The boy makes wings, and then Nightcrawler electrocuted his wings off, and Apocalypse gave him new wings. But why did you give him a haircut? What? I didn't understand that part. Giving him new wings, I got that. But why did Apocalypse go, you know what, you also need a mohawk? I don't know, Storm's got one, so you're gonna have one too, a curly one. Apocalypse, you weird. I can almost see the conversation. I will give you new wings. We will make better wings. Oh, thanks, man. That's cool. And now I will cut your hair. Wait, what? Okay, this is just happening right now. All right. Well, you gave me wings. I guess this is okay. I like this. This is what I've been waiting centuries to do. Give a mutant a haircut. Okay, Apocalypse. All right, we having a good time. Okay, all right. Excellent. You gonna do Psylocke? No, that's Olivia Munn, bro. We do not touch her perfect hair. Okay, Apocalypse, it's all good, man. And this has been Apocalypse Theater. Thank you very much. Wolverine cameo, completely unnecessary, but damn good fun. And is it just me? Did that seem like that was almost an R-rated Wolverine going on? Like everything else in this movie has been like, zappy here. But in that specific sequence, blood all over the place. There was that one time when he ran up to that one guy and the guy was like, no! And he's seriously like, dude, I ain't got a gun. I'm just standing here. What are you doing? I'm the janitorial staff. Don't kill me, Wolverine. And it cuts away to him and you just see blood splatter across the wall. I was like, goodness gracious. You know, Deadpool was sitting in the audience going, good job. Finally. Way to catch up, buddy. Yeah, I don't know if that whole rumor about the next Wolverine movie being an R-rated movie is true. But now I think it is. And seeing this one scene, I was like, that's gotta be it. But again, this is where I get confused with this whole timeline because it's like, okay, now Jean Grey has seen Wolverine as a young Jean Grey, so did she know who Wolverine was when we go back to the original movies? And also Nightcrawler's with them, but then in X2 they don't know who Nightcrawler is. This timeline hurts me inside. The thing about these movies right now is the franchise timeline is so messed up. I don't even know if they know what they're doing at this point because Days of Future Past, supposedly, the way I look at that movie is anything that we want to still exist from the previous movies still does. Beast showed up at the end of Days of Future Past as Kelsey Grammer, so that still exists. But if there are some things that we didn't really like from X-Men or X2 or particularly X-Men 3, it's gone. We're gonna start all over again, which I'm gonna get to a specific part about that with this movie later on. Aiden Gould, could you talk about how Mystique seemed to be a good guy? I thought she was mainly a villain, thanks. Jennifer Lawrence is a big name, so therefore, you're gonna figure out a way to get her in this movie one way or another. That's pretty much the short answer. It's because of Jennifer Lawrence, so therefore she has to be in front and center. Whoever is the big star at the time gets put ahead. When Hugh Jackman's a big star, got a lot of Wolverine. When Halle Berry's a big star, got a lot of Storm. When Jennifer Lawrence is a star, got a lot of Mystique. 20 bajillion mutants in it, but somehow we always gonna keep focusing on Charles, Magneto, Mystique, and if you're lucky, Jean Grey, you might be able to squeeze yourself into that because you're a Game of Thrones star. Spencer wants to know what I thought about the costumes, especially what the X-Men were wearing at the end after Mystique's speech. Yes, there's a point where they're about to fly away, and before they leave, Mystique's like, oh, hey, check out these flight suits. We should wear those. And those were clearly a classic nod to the original X-Men movie suits, the all black. So I think that was the point of that, sort of established that that's where those suits came from. Kevin, what was up with Psylocke's side blade being a 6-foot-long sword and also a whip? Which that was, yeah, that got a little kinky. 50 Shades of Psylocke there. Like, whoosh, come here, beast. Say my name. Instead of, that was terrible. Instead of using it to scramble brains in addition to all her other powers being ignored, Jubilee got the shaft. I want the next movie to be Jubilee and Wolverine in a mall for the whole thing. Really? That's an interesting movie. Jubilee and Wolverine in a mall. The movie. At J_Fury, I'd say Jubilee, but then you only have enough material to make a vine. Just 6 seconds of Jubilee. So if you don't know, Jubilee apparently had more scenes. There's a whole scene, I guess, that takes place in the mall with Jubilee and Jean Grey and Cyclops and Nightcrawler. That's just cut. It's just gone. And they've already said they're not going to do a rogue cut. They're not going to do like the Jubilee cut of this movie. It's just going to be deleted scenes on the Blu-ray. But I'm very interested in seeing what those scenes were, because I believe that they probably were scenes of, hey, let's get to know these characters a little bit more in a different setting that's not a fight. And of course, that's the thing that goes away when I think that's the thing that the movie kind of needed. So maybe they thought it slowed it down. Maybe the scenes aren't that good, but I don't think that's the case. I think they just went, we got to keep the action. We got to keep that cameo. So this can go away. And it's a shame. And it's a particular shame for Jubilee, mainly because the reason why I think people are making a big deal about Jubilee is they used her so much in the advertising. She's in almost every trailer. They had that video that they made, the like recruiting for Xavier School with her in the lead of it. It's what happened with Rogue. It was the same thing that happened with Rogue of like, hey, Rogue's back. Nah, I want the Jubilee cut. I don't want just deleted scenes. I want X-Men Apocalypse. I want it called that. I want it called X-Men Apocalypse, the Jubilee cut. At Alexis Sorazilla, do you think Apocalypse went down way too easily in the end fight and that they didn't demonstrate his full power enough? I think Apocalypse, the final fight where they take him down, I think they were smart in how they used everybody. Like that was a part where I was talking about. They used all the mutants together to take him down. I like that. I'm getting sick of movies where the big bad evil villain will just go around and just kill people just like that. Any kind of extras, any kind of random people just around, they will just kill them instantly. Like that scene where he just has that whiff of sand go across those guys' necks and they just go, you know, all that kind of stuff. I hate sand because it slices people in the neck. He just does that willy-nilly. But then a mutant comes along and he don't want to kill them. He just wants to be like, all right, let me just put you in a cage or stick you on a wall. Like why aren't you killing them? That just seemed a little odd to me. It's always weird when you see somebody that clearly has a lot of power that can really do some damage to someone else, and they always do that last minute, all right, I got you in my sight. There's a part where Quicksilver, it looks like he's about to die, and I think they kind of did that to mess with you a little bit because of what happened with Quicksilver in Age of Ultron. But just that whole part where it's like, okay, Quicksilver's right here, and I could kill him, but now I'm gonna go ask Psylocke if she'll do it for me, even though I'm standing right beside him and can do it myself. And then she walks up, and I'm waiting on it, and I'm just like, seriously? Like, you've just killed random people while walking down the street, but now all of a sudden, this one dude, you're like, yeah, come over here and you do it, all right? And then, of course, we find out it's not Psylocke, and so he chokes Psylocke, and then she turns into Mystique, and he chokes Mystique, and then you put it on a billboard. Apocalypse. I'm losing my mind. Anytime there's a moment when there's a character on screen and it's just that long, slow pause of them looking at someone and they look back and that music, you always know 9 times out of 10 they're gonna be fine. But I do have to give props though on this movie. They killed somebody I didn't think they was gonna kill. You know, you say all you want to about X-Men playing it safe, they'll kill a kid. You remember when I talked about Jurassic World, how I said one of the biggest problems I had, and I know I felt bad for saying so, but I'm like, if you're gonna have some 2 kids go to Jurassic World and put them in danger, when we already seen that stuff in Jurassic Park, switch it on me. Kill a kid. One of them kids that should have been eaten by a dinosaur. I don't care which one, could have been the older one or the younger one. But one of them, chomp, chomp. And it never happened because I knew it wasn't going to happen. But X-Men Apocalypse was like, we got you covered. How about we take the mother out at the same time? And let's have it be the wife and child of Magneto. Perfect. Oh my God, that scene. Oh, Magneto gets figured out. And what's so sad about it is he gets figured out because he helped somebody. He's hiding, working at this factory, and someone was about to get hurt, and he used his mutant powers to save him, and they expose him for who he is, and that's what gets him caught. His daughter gets all freaked out because she thinks Daddy's gonna go away, and she starts screaming, ah! And birds start attacking and stuff, and then one of the dudes with a bow and arrow is like, oh, I'm scared. And you just see that slow, and I was like, no, they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. They go, oh, they did it. Oh, shoot. Stab both the daughter and the mother with one arrow. Even Robin Hood would have been like, dang, dude, that's pretty good. That's pretty, I mean, what you did was terrible, but ooh the lolly. It was such a sad moment. I mean, they kind of made it a little melodramatic with freaking Michael Fassbender. Is this what you want from me? Is this what I'm supposed to become? Oh, but I did like that moment when he took that freaking locket and was just like, there's a lot of neck slicing in this movie. There's a lot. If you got a neck in an X-Men movie, you need to be like this the whole time. Like wear a turtleneck, because if you near a mutant and they get angry, you know, so he just sliced all them necks, man. It was nasty. And it was like close up too. They were like, and it was all no sound in the background. For Sweet dreams are made of these. And then I completely forgot, you guys mentioned it, but technically, if Quicksilver is his son, then does that mean that his daughter in this movie was, at least in this universe, Scarlet Witch? Which I thought was also kind of interesting. I think that was also maybe a done on purpose thing. It's like, oh, y'all killed Quicksilver in the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies? Well, guess what? Our Scarlet Witch, not only gonna kill her, we're gonna kill young Scarlet Witch. That's messed up, yo. And then, of course, Quicksilver knows that Magneto is his dad, but for some reason doesn't tell him. I don't know when or if he is going to tell him, but as of right now, that's still supposedly a secret for some reason. I don't know what they're building up to with that, but that's what happened. And then you get Jean Grey walking out above ground. Rah! Phoenix! Apocalypse even going like, oh, now I see. He's looking at her like, oh, I'm not gonna destroy this world. That right there, that's your problem. I ain't gotta do nothing. Y'all got it covered for me. I'll see y'all later. Stab, goodbye. And again, this probably confuses people because they're like, well, wait a minute, X-Men 3 had the whole Phoenix thing. We ain't really touched that yet. I think the reason why they showed that whole Phoenix reference, I think that they're probably going to at some point try to say, hey, can we do that Phoenix thing again? Can we give that another shot? Because we didn't really like how everything turned out in X-Men 3. So maybe with this new cast, with Sophie Turner as Jean Grey, maybe we can explore that storyline again. Maybe we will get a Dark Phoenix movie. Like maybe that will be one of the future movies, but with this cast. I could see them wanting to try to do that again with a different take. Is it confusing as hell? Yes. Very, very confusing. But I kind of look at it almost like Star Trek in a way. Like, okay, everything you've seen in the past occurred in some other timeline, but now we're in this new timeline where some things will be the same and some things will be different. And I think that's as much as we can do with it. I don't know if there's gonna be ever a way to just restart this puppy or get it back to a form where everyone understands the timeline. Maybe it just won't happen. Maybe they just don't care at this point. As long as the movies keep making enough money for Fox so that Disney doesn't keep stopping at their front door going, hey, how y'all doing over there? Oh yeah, oh, the X-Men still making money? Fine. Psst, Fantastic Four, hop in the trunk. We already got Michael B. Jordan for Black Panther. The rest of you, now's your chance. Hop in. You just see slow-mo running shots of Miles Teller and Kate Mara. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? We're leaving Fox and going to Disney. Everybody's working for Marvel. I'm done with this movie. I'm over it. Thanks a lot. Thanks for listening to this nonsense of a spoiler review, but I had a good time, and that's all that matters. Let me know if there's any spoilers I forgot or any of the other things that you want to talk about in the comments and what you thought about X-Men Apocalypse. Be sure to subscribe if you're new here because I make new nerdy videos all week, every week. And if you've already subscribed, thank you so much for being such a loyal follower. I appreciate it. I love you like a play cousin. I'm Audi 5000. Chain chomp yomp.